Do you have belief in your future? Do you have little belief, or you have a lot of belief? Hello, you awesome and amazing people. Lenny Wennerstrom, reading 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose by Dr. Shad Helmstetter. This is something you can use as a daily. You can just flip it open and see what day, what passage for the day. It goes 365 days, and so every day of the year. And this was a leap year, so it even has the day for the leap year. So I think we have 366 days in the year. So let's read self-talk tip number 12, which is the purpose of finding your purpose. And before I get there, this is for March 25th, the passage, day 85, 281 days left in the year, and 23.22% complete. 23.22%. My daughter always teases me when I say whatever the second one. She says, you don't say the numbers like 22, you say 22% complete, 2024. So March 25th, the passage. I know that people who have little belief in the future see life as difficult, filled with problems, without opportunity, and nowhere to go. But because I practice believing in myself and in my future, I know that my life is full of opportunities. I can achieve anything I choose, and I have everywhere to go. So very, very empowering and beautiful passage. And I say empowering all the time. I'm going to let you see where I'm at. I'm in Camp Verde, which is in Arizona. We're still in Arizona. We're heading to, we're going to go to Lake Havasu and then on to Utah. But just give you a sense, you can see the freeway behind me. It's a little bit noisy, but we're not that close, but it's all the semis and everything that on their way to bring us goods and services. So instead of being irritated, it's like, thank you for your effort and work. So self-talk tip number 12, I mean with the noise, because it's a little hard to hear. And so I'm hoping that you can hear me well. There is a huge benefit to finding your purpose in life, yet only a small percentage of people focus intently on finding theirs. Their lives are taken up by working for an income, raising families, having social interaction, and if there's some time left over, doing something for themselves. The idea of finding purpose is usually left for an occasional subconscious nudge from a forgotten dream or a soon forgotten New Year's resolution, and then it's right back to the daily routine of life. Finding your purpose has a far greater value than our culture assigns to it. Imagine having two small boats. Now, you've heard this one before. Here it goes. Either of which could represent your life. One boat has a rudder and you can steer it. The other boat has no rudder and it can only go where the current takes it. If you were to ask anyone which of the two boats they would choose, most people would choose the boat they can steer, in spite of the fact that most of them seem to be riding through life in boats that have no rudder and are steered almost entirely by the events and the currents of life around them. When you find your purpose, you have a boat with a rudder, and your direction, day by day, choice by choice, is up to you. You get to go where you were intended to go in the first place. You get to go where you intend to go. If you are setting goals and moving yourself forward, we've talked about active goal setting and how to do it, and you're setting a goal, and then you write down the obstacles, one or two obstacles, and you date that goal, by the way, and you date it in sand, so it can move. You're not tied to it. It's your goal. You get to decide whether it's important enough for you to achieve it, or if it's still important to you because something else might happen. Life happens. So then you write down your obstacles, and one or two or three obstacles that are going to maybe stop you, or something that's going to get in your way, an obstacle, right? Something like why haven't you done this before? Why isn't it done? Or what is wanted and needed in order to accomplish this goal that you say you want. And then you write down your action steps for each of the obstacles that you have written down. And that is your plan. That is how you get to achieve your goal. It's very simple, and it's called active goal setting. And that's Dr. Shad Helmstetter's way. He really studied goals and why people weren't achieving them. And he came up with that because it's easy, it's simple, and it'll get you to where you're going. And that's one of the things as a life coach with my clients that I do. I help them to set good goals, goals that they can actually reach, that aren't too far out, and that aren't too small, so that they're not pushing themselves. It's not even pushing yourself. It's what is it that you really want. And the whole thing is, as people, when we understand our intention for getting where we want to go and steering our own boat, like having that boat with a rudder so we can get where we want to go, we decide what is important to us. And then if you have a plan, like if you know what the obstacles are, it's not a negative to write down the obstacles. It's actually a positive, because it almost neutralizes them. Because then you're writing action steps after that, and those action steps get you to where you want to go, so that you get to overcome those obstacles so that they're no longer an obstacle, and you achieve your goal. So, and everything is written, even the goal that you have, it's written in sand, right? You write a date, again, written in sand, because it's up to you if you want to achieve that goal or not, or if something else changes. And then you have your action steps are also dated. So when are you going to achieve that? When are you going to overcome that obstacle and achieve that action to help you? So I hope that's helpful to you. It's a very, very powerful way of moving yourself forward and overcoming obstacles that could stop you. A lot of times they're in our heads and they feel so big, they feel so overwhelming. You write them down, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, an action step might be whatever it is, whatever the goal is. So like for me to do this video, I didn't have to do it because I love doing these, but I'm just using that as an example for doing these videos for you every day. Sometimes I put them all together, or I do them all in one spot. The last one that we were in Tucson, I did all 6 from the very same spot, because we were at a rally and it was really busy. And some days were raining and stuff, and so it was just when I was able to do all of it. So I was in one spot. But my point is, if that were a goal, I'm just going to use that. So say that's a goal. I want to do videos. Maybe you're online and you have social media and you want to post every day or something like that. It's like, my goal is to, you always start with, my goal is to, and so I'm going to use mine. My goal is to create a video, or in this case, 3 videos, because today would be the 3rd day that I haven't put a video up. So I want to do 3 videos today. And this is getting long, so I'm going to go a little quicker. So my goal is to create 3 videos for YouTube on finding your purpose, right? And then the obstacle could be, well, it's raining, and today it's not raining, but yesterday it was raining, so a lot, and it was very cold. It's still a little bit chilly. So it's cold outside is an obstacle, and raining, and it's difficult to find time when we're moving to another spot. So we have to unhook and get everything ready, and I still have to take the dogs out. So that would be another obstacle, finding the time when we are moving to another location. So in the RV, we're RVing. In case I did it on another video and then it didn't take. So I'm doing it a second time, so I'm trying to remember what I said and didn't say. So then I would write for the action steps would be, and my goal would be today, right? So I'm going to date my goal. My goal is to create 3 videos today by, say, 3, whatever the day, right? And then I have my obstacles. It's cold and rainy outside. And the second obstacle is making time when we are moving to another location with the RV. And so those are my obstacles, and my action steps then, oops, there's a plane. Okay, we took an opportunity to enjoy the noise in the desert. Okay, so my action steps would be what would my action step be to making time? Well, the first one is it's cold and rainy, so I could do it inside. So I could record my video inside. So that's what I would write. I will record my video inside, and then I would date it for today. I would date it the day. And then making time, I'm going to schedule it for 8:30 because we leave by 9. And I'm going to make sure it's done by 8:30. So 9 a.m. So I'm going to get it done between 8:30 and 9, and I'm going to schedule that in my scheduler. So those are my action steps, and I'm going to date it today's date, because that's when I'm going to get it done. And that's how you do it. And then that's my plan. Like, I've scheduled it, and I know I'm going to do it, and I know I'm going to do it inside because it's cold and rainy outside. So it gives me options and opportunities, and you start thinking of other ways that you can, solutions, because it's cold and rainy, and it could be like, oh man, I want to do the video, but it's cold and rainy, and I really want everybody to see how pretty it is where I'm at, and now I can't do it, and I've had those thoughts. It's like, yes, you can do it inside. Or you can do it another day. It's like, do it when it's sunshiny and pretty. And even if you have to put do 3 videos at once for the passages for different days. So it's just really, you just decide. It's your goal. It's up to you. And you don't owe anyone anything. It's, you owe you yourself what it is that you want to do. So, okay, this one has really gone on. We're at over 11 minutes. And if I produce it, it'll be longer than that. So that's the story. I love you so very, very mucho. I want you to believe in you. It's not I want you to. I do want you to. I want all of us to believe that the future is so bright and that we are unlimited and we can do anything. So I'm going to read this passage one last time for you. I know that people, this is from March 25th. I know that people who have little belief in the future see life as difficult, filled with problems, without opportunity, and nowhere to go. Do you know anyone like that? Have you ever been like that? I was like that for about 8 years. I was like, life sucks. For about 8 years, I was in bed, literally. And for a lot of that time. And it was like, I thought there was no future. Why was I even there? So anyway, that's part of the passage. Let's finish. Because now here's the empowering part. But because I practice believing in myself and in my future, I know that my life is full of opportunities. I can achieve anything I choose, and I have everywhere to go. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And that's me now. Like, I'm right there with you, believing that the future is so bright. I create my own future. You create your own future. Dr. Shad's book helps us to create our own future. It's just positive self-talk. And in the description, you'll find my link for 30 days free for the self-talk app, which will help you to rewire through neuroplasticity, the ability of your brain to constantly rewire itself. You will find that you can rewire your brain with positive self-talk phrases, and to where they just come naturally for you. 21 days to create a new habit, good or bad, 21 days, right? That's what researchers, neuroscientists tell us, and it's true. And if you've ever done it, you know that works. And so about 21 days, maybe less or more, but you're getting 30 days free of this app of listening, repeat, because the secret is, which is not a secret, it's repetition. The more things are repeated, good or bad, positive or negative, false or true, because things could be like, I feel so fat every day. I feel so fat. I know I did this for many, many years. And I look fat, all this, it's not even just body shaming. It's literally just the negativity of that. So do something about it. So I did, and I do, and all of those, it's just like, that's not even a thought in my head anymore. That self-talk, it literally reprograms, because that's a program that you're running in your head. Somebody told you that you look chubby or something, or you look too skinny, or you didn't have enough money, so you can't participate, or you're not strong enough, or many of these things. Those are programs that then you started telling yourself, and you started believing it, and then you started telling yourself that, and it got wired into your brain. Now we're going to go bzzz, and go, psh, we're going to put something else in, and you're going to replace it with things that serve you. So anyway, this really went long. I'm almost at 15 minutes, which is probably my longest one. And I love you so very, very much. I believe in you. You can do this. You can find your purpose. You can steer your own boat. You can choose that boat with the rudder and steer to where you want to go. I love you so very, very much. Always shining my light to brighten yours. And we'll be back to do March 26th. It might look the very same around here, because it is. I love you so very much. See ya. Ciao.